Hi everyone, I'm Thomas. I'm going to be playing Megan, playing Dame Aronwi tonight.
Nice work, Thomas.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, and today I'm going to be playing someone I haven't played in quite a while, Aethelgar, our great Saxon war priest. Because I forget the name. Gothy? I think was the name? Whatever.
Hi, everybody. I am playing, I think, predominantly Sir Dallin of Durnford here, resident diplomat to Wessex right now. So it's very exciting. I'm happy to be back. Bob, it
Oh,
sounds
no.
like you're muted here. I'm listening to the stream.
Nope.
No, didn't get your tests. Weird. It updates stuff and everything gets switched around and flipped and flopped.
Goddamn OBS.
Yeah, we've got a slight technical difficulty. We're working on it real fast, but Bob sends his love. He can't speak with you. He can't be with you, but he's here with you. It's spirit.
We could say he's saying anything we want, really.
We can. It's true. Whoa! You can't say that, Bob. That's not cool. That's they shoot people for less than that, man. That's not.
Okay, let's see.
Maybe if we all just repeat in unison what Bob says every single time he says something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Welcome to the world's first second-person RPG.
Yeah. I made the mistake of doing an OBS update. I thought I tested everything, but I did not. Regardless, it looks like my audio is working now. So, thanks
It
for
is indeed working.
the live audience. That would have been a lot more awkward without it. Yeah. So I hate those episodes where we go the whole session. So this session will be taking place in Wessex. We're gonna do a little bit of a recap first, because it's been a long time since anyone's played, and these characters especially. So let's talk about it a little bit. What's new in the realm of Britain? Well, let's see. There's some stuff that's new for you guys too. So this is information that you might be hearing of. Last year, the liberated Saxon shore of Caerwent, I'll move you over to the right screen. Liberated Saxon shore of Caerwent had new visitors. These Saxons showed up and took it over, and they're calling themselves the Angles.
Angles.
Yeah. Kent and Sussex had a little bit of a skirmish, a border war. So Saxons are fighting amongst Saxons, which isn't the worst news in the world for you all. Cornwall's expansion was delayed for the very first time as it tried to make its way into Doncaster, and it got shut down. With successful defensive counter siege. So, all eyes are on where Cornwall will go next. Up north, here's some news that you guys might be interested in. Escavalon, the King Nanteleod's realm, has conquered the Irish in Estragales. So formerly, when you guys visited, Estragales had Escavalon as a subject, and now it's vice versa. So.
Wow,
Well-
that seems like a really interesting story. If only there was a way to somehow watch that
Right?
experience of the conquest,
Like on a Friday,
What?
maybe? Just picking a random day.
like on Fridays, yeah. Legends of Nanteleod or something like that.
Right?
That would be wild.
So for Iranwi and Dallin, you've spent a lot of your time in the forest, in Camelot, and then visiting, of course, Wessex by your volunteering to participate. So you often cross the border and make your way into Wessex.
We're good little diplomats.
Indeed. Whether or not Iranwi goes all the time is a question. Iranwi might be up to their own business.
I think Aranwi will go with Dallin when she's not needed to hold down the fort. Also, Dallin is doing most of the talking because I'm thinking back on all those Summerlin sessions, and Aranwi shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a tense political debate, even
fair.
a little bit.
That's fair.
She shuts up and sits in the corner.
I think most of the politics that Dallin even does over here is mostly just party with Saxons. Like I don't think there's really too much politicking to even do right now in that
That really
regard.
is Saxon politics. It's all drinking and partying and.
Man, thank God I'm not racist against Saxons because these guys rule.
Let me
That would be a
let's
little easier.
let's
Didn't
touch upon
Saxons
that.
kill my squire?
Yeah. Yep.
Might have a little bit of beef.
Your
I'll
squire,
stay mostly sober for the partying.
your master, your apprenticing.
Right!
A lot of people, actually.
Most of
I
them,
would have a
even.
little bit of Saxon beef.
A good
No
chunk of
question.
Summerland.
Iranwi's developed a cute little nickname in Saxon language. Question is,
Oh, no.
would Dallin share what that nickname is?
That depends. What is the nickname?
Yeah, what is it?
It's Smile.
Why is it smile?
Let me test something, shall I? No, Dallin doesn't mention it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what's been interesting in Wessex primarily is that they haven't had too much goings on for a recently landed would-be claimant of the High King. They're kind of set between, like, they don't have the most ideal spot. They have Silchester allied with allies to the east, because Silchester is linked up with Sussex, I believe, right now, right? We had Silchester and Sussex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they've got potential foes either way they go there, which obviously makes Salisbury a little more appealing as a target. But with the threat of Cornwall and Silchester and Salisbury being on okay terms, there's been no movement there. They've raided a couple times, and you guys have done a good job with your diplomacy, both in Wessex and in Salisbury, to prevent it from going much worse. Let's say that. But Cerdic is constantly pushing for more. He wants to see an opportunity that's not presenting himself, and basically it's his council that's keeping him from moving forward, from advancing. Specifically his son, trying to tell him to be patient and wait for the right time. And that's kind of been the diplomacy. That the last move they did is they came down to this island and conquered it, which got rid of your navy, by the way, as well. So there's no more navy of the Britons. That is gone. And that's
Von Quidquib died, didn't he?
Yeah. Gwyn
Naf.
Yeah, Gwyn Win, son of Naf.
Win.
Naf.
Yeah. Indeed. So as we, pick up with most things, I think it's time to do a feast a la Saxon style. Let's see if I got the old Saxon feast map up, because that would feast in Wessex. That'll save me a lot of time if I do. Hey, look at that. We got stuffs and things. Gonna slightly modify it, but we'll throw it on the screen for everybody, and we'll dive in.
Do we need to do our level ups?
Yeah, while I set up for this feast, we're gonna get you all to do your level ups. I think you all the characters stopped playing in like 495, 496, so it should be an easy enough transition.
Pretty close to that.
Yep.
494 is mine.
Okay. So the rule on it is, for each year, getting up to now, we get to up 2 things that were under 15 by 1. And then we have other advancements that we can make after that.
2 things like regular stats, not personality traits.
It can be your traits as well. It just can't be your attributes.
Maybe I'll up my courtesy since I am doing a little bit more diplomacy stuff. And I only have 7.
I think that would be necessary.
Well, I have a 9 now.
Okay, so let's see. How many years from 6 to 1? That's 5 years, so I get do 10 stats that way. All right. Let's do 1, 2, 3.
Oh, should we roll for any
check marks?
Rolls? Yeah, any checks.
If you have checks, I'd say yes.
Absolutely. If you have the checks, please go ahead.
Are you kidding me? I do not get to level up my 5 intrigue.
What a dork.
Cool. I do get to level up my horsemanship, though. My 12 horsemanship.
One, 2, 3, 4, and then I get one more.
Are there any skills that Saxons would value, like hunting or?
As a culture, I mean, they like hunting. They're all about bravado, or rather bluntness. Like they don't like. They don't really like the wordy side of anything that represented Rome or things that came from Rome are things that they're not huge fans of. So
damn, maybe Iranwi gets a little bit more pleasant as the years go on. I think she likes that. She's like, these guys suck. They've killed so many people. Well, ain't that just war, though?
Ain't that just war?
They just war.
Ain't that war?
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. I'm just going through and getting some stuff on here for us.
Okay. I am all set with my level ups.
Man, there are some things I'm really good at that are not that useful to me.
Once you guys are done with those, those first upgrades, you also get to do your regular training once per year. So you either get 5 points to assign to anything under a 15 per each year, or you get 1 point to put in anything higher than a 15 per each year, with the exception of size is the only thing that can't be raised. Oh, I forgot I had this.
Oh, man.
I
So
think
what
it'll
was
be
that
important
thing
here.
about the 15s?
Oh, yeah, so the first thing or the second thing? Because there's two
Maybe
phases to it. Okay, so the first phase is for each year you get 2 things that you can
Oh, yeah,
bump
no.
under 15 by 1.
Yeah,
And
the
then
other
the
one.
second phase is every year during winter phase you have a choice to either get 5 points to up anything under 15, and you can spread them out by 5,
Okay.
or you can up one thing that's a 15 or higher up by 1 per year. So you can either have, if you did all or nothing, you could do 25 points across anything that's under 15, or 5 points across anything that's above 15, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's one or the other. You don't get both.
Yes.
All right.
Also, I think 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot. I need to make some aging checks, don't I?
Sorry
Oh,
to my
dear.
courtesy rolls. I want better spear. Sorry, Dallin. You do the talking, please.
How old is it we start doing aging checks? 36?
Yeah, I think so. 36, I
Correct.
think is
Yeah.
correct.
36.
An aging check then.
Oh shit, Aranlu's 30 now. Let's go, girl.
What are the rules for aging again? Is it
Um,
D6, or
I-
do you have to make a roll to see if you're losing?
it's a specific chart that tells you whether or not you take a major wound or not, basically.
You'll be able to take us to the downtime page, Bob.
That, or I might be able to
Winter
just
page.
pull it up since he's busy doing other stuff. I might be able to just pull it up on my iPad.
I can do it. Let's see. Sorry, I missed that.
Thank
I missed
you.
that
No
you
worries,
were
buddy.
prompting me. There you go.
That's open.
Do we have the aging on here?
No, but I think it's just major wound, right? Or we might have it on here. Aging, 2d20 for a number of stats and 1d6 per stat affected.
Yeah.
We'll see winter page.
If you need it from the book, let me know.
I might be able to just pull it up. I think I have it.
If I remember correctly, it's it can be pretty bad. Depending
Yeah.
on
Yes,
the year.
it can.
Oh, it's up to 2d6.
So you roll 2d6 first, and that tells you how many attributes are affected. It can be as high as 4 if you roll really bad.
Yeah, it's a very specific chart. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you covered. Mark, how many years have you got to do?
Just 1 year.
Okay, then go ahead and roll 2d6 for me, and I'll tell you how many stats it affects.
7.
7, 0 stats. You are unaffected by aging for this year.
Oh, yeah.
Aranwe, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so you are fine. Now,
Yeah, still a spring chicken.
Dallin is going from 41 to 46, so I have to do 5 years here.
Oh my god, you're like ancient.
Yeah, man.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if Dallin just fucking died?
that would be a little inconvenient.
Yeah.
5, that is
Friends?
one stat.
You were 16 when I was born. Did you
Yeah,
know
fuck-
anything about childcare? I could have died.
My size goes down by 1. I am now 12 size.
She's smaller. little old lady.
Smaller.
7, no effect.
That's good. You gotta have one of those years at least.
9, 1 stat. 5 is appearance, goes down by 1. I got some crow's feet. I'm now 13 appearance.
Isn't
I'm
aging
getting
fun,
a-
everyone?
I'm getting away from the MILF status, unfortunately.
Working your way up to Gilf.
6, that is no effect.
Hey, that's not bad.
6, no effect. And last year, 11, 3 stats.
Didn't you
Nothing.
already roll your 5 though?
I don't think so. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that was my 5th one.
All right.
All
Ouch.
right. 3
On the
stats.
3
1d6. That's size, appearance, and strength.
Ouch.
I am now 11 size. I am 14 strength, and I am 12 appearance. Appeal.
Yeah. All right. Being that, hermit out in the woods. It's just,
No.
all right. Does anyone need this chart, or can I go ahead and flip this?
Good now.
Down?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. And then I'll make sure that we got.
Oh man, I made out like a bandit right until that last roll.
Yeah, you.
This
Yeah.
last year hit you real hard.
Okay. 1 sec
Turned
here.
46 and suddenly I got crimped.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Aethelgar's all kinds of fucked up, but that's just because he's a wizard.
Bro, we get to meet a wizard?
I don't
Yeah.
believe in wizards. They're against my religion.
Oh,
Well, they are my religion, so.
All right. Some minor fixes here. Shouldn't be too much. I want to cut over to the screen and then have everything broken. Sorry. And mark.
It is the way of things.
Yeah. Well, guess plus haven't played in a while. It's a thing. Okay, and there we go. There's me. It's me. All right. Let's cut over to the other page. Okay. We are cut over, and my mic is still working. That's also positive. I didn't bring. Actually, that's easy enough. We need to get Dallin and Iranmi's.
Yes,
yes,
bring Dallin. Bring Dallin into the fray.
There's Dallin, and then Iranmi.
yay.
Damn, I forgot how jacked Dallin was.
Oh,
Was.
I actually have did I not send you the new token art for Dallin, Bob?
We probably just didn't
Sorry.
get to it. Yeah, did you actually?
Yeah,
do,
we don't have
like,
to swap it right now.
Did you do?
I did get commissioned.
commissioned. Yeah, we'll make sure to.
Yeah.
Why don't
You can
Why
we
don't-
can keep going with the setup, and I'll
Yeah.
just send it. While you're.
why don't you upload it to like not the token but the art on the sheet, and then I can
Oh, yeah.
at least
Yeah, yeah.
present it to the stream.
Perfect.
So we can see it.
Perfect.
Then we can fix the
Perfect.
token later.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, any commission, I want to make sure that we definitely prioritize that. So, money was paid and fun was had after all. All right, so
Fun
We're-
was had.
we're gonna do this as a bit of a feast. This is Wessex trying to behave a little bit more like Britons, with the following distinction. You are going to test to see where you're seated. You're rolling the following. You're rolling size or strength, -5, +1 for every 1,000 glory. They don't care about your appeal here in Wessex. What's your name?
Thank
Brad?
God, because I just took a couple of hits on that one.
So, for example, if you're okay,
Let's go.
Sorry, 1 second. What was the size or strength?
Yeah.
Plus
-5.
your glory in thousands. Oh, -5.
-5 +1 for every 1,000 glory you have.
Okay. Success.
All right.
We're all badass.
All near the soul. Look at that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this place rocks, actually.
Like, that's it. I'm becoming an honorary Saxon.
How the hell did we ever do it differently in the other place? This place is rad.
A couple of reminders for who we got here. This is King Cerdic. This is his son, Prince Edrich. This is one of his Gwesi. Cotton. We have two folks who are not here. The character Liam previously played, Grimmer, who we must have never added.
Doesn't have a face.
Yep. And Volter apparently also doesn't have a face. But they're here. If you want to see them. They have been assigned further east. Sorry. My brain wasn't working. So they are assigned to the eastern border of Sussex. And they operate out of the city of Chichester.
Image is up now. By the way, Bob.
Awesome. Let's do that first. I want to show that. And
The last of the favorite sons. Oh,
The last of the favorite thumbs.
there we go.
The last of the favorite thumbs for a while, actually.
yeah, for a pretty decent amount of time there.
Awesome. So I was able to blow that up. Very
Yay!
Ah, hi, Dallin. Hello.
Whoa, who did this commission? Are they open?
Do you want to?
They are. I will make sure to post a link before the end of the stream.
Awesome.
It's like no, they do not do commission.
No, they don't. Yeah,
No.
It's
They
like
don't do
no,
commissions,
actually.
they aren't open.
they
Don't
are
ever
by
ask.
far my favorite commission artist, and I adore them greatly. So
I think they are
it's
now
not even
Sleepy Gen on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like Sleepy Gen, but with one E.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll start from there, gang. Let's see. Actually, let's make this a little fun. It's always good to add a little bit of randomness in. Why don't we start with our guest, Megan? And by the way, if anyone's not tuned in for a while, Megan was our previously a regular on our Gathering of Branches game, and did quite a few cameos actually over with Salisbury. So this is not a first-time scenario. Ennui is a legend. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get a D20 roll from you, Megan, when you can.
Oh, alright. Oh god. I forgot how to do this on Roll20. Is it /R?
Yep. It's been a while.
18.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's
What's
see
that?
what that is. We'll find out very soon.
Scary.
Liam, give me a d20 roll if you can.
I love d20 rolls. Bada bing. 7. That's good, right? Yeah, that's good.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and then so let's go. Liam is 1, Liam is 1, Megan's 2, Mark is 3. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay. There seems let's just do some overall intrigue tests before said event begins.
Oh, I upped my intrigue actually.
All right. All 3 of you may do so. Oh, yeah.
Man of the hour, let's go.
Yeah.
As it should be. God, it's been so long. I didn't immediately know where my intrigue was at a
Let's go,
moment's
Dallin.
glance. Hello, Dallin. I'm
Pretty
glad you're
cool.
still good at the thing that you were good at.
I'm like
She's
just
still
as
good.
good. So
So true.
As
You've done very well, apprentice.
thank you.
Oh, you know what we almost forgot to do too? Oh no.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, feast roll.
Yeah. And the API's down.
Food. Oh.
No food. Let's have cockatrice.
No.
But
It's my favorite food. I get to post cockatrice.
Yeah. It's a shock factor.
yeah.
Oh, what have I done?
Third course. Good job.
Roast lamb served in
Pastry
Cheese.
mold. Selection of cheeses and a stuffed boar.
Right?
cocktails.
Bean cheese.
This is rocks. Maybe
As
we should
intended.
let us take over.
As Wotan intended.
As well intended.
Alright, let's okay, so as Dallin and Iranwi make their way into Wessex, I'm assuming this is, you spent the winter in the forest, in Blackbourne Manor, and then you're kind of returning. You go to the Christmas feast, you spend most of spring and summer in court, Liam, and then you kind of exit.
Yeah, I imagine that's more or less the vibe.
So as you're riding in and you kind of make your way through the crowd, there's more than one person like whispering a bit, and their eyes seem locked on Iranwi specifically. And this was not the previous experience with Iranwi.
Oh. Something's gone wrong.
And there's kind of like the looks, because you both critted, didn't just succeed. The looks are a bit of like a, when you can tell someone's looking down on you a bit about something, they're being judgmental. It's a judgmental look. So definitely some kind of whisper scenario, some kind of rumor is kicking about.
What if I started a fight right now? Let's go.
No.
Never mind. This place sucks. I'm gonna burn it to the ground. I'm going to make a roll, Liam. And Dallin has full permission to stop me if it goes wrong.
Good to know.
I think probably
They've been traveling together, I think, long enough for 5 years now, more or less, that they would probably know that they occasionally need to put a hand on your head,
I think I'm gonna do prudent versus proud. It's the same exact stats as if I were rolling like prudent versus reckless. In that it's bad. Oh, well. Well, I think the third person, she held out for a while. The third person that she catches, like, looking at her weird, she, like, starts going for it. She is going to start something here.
Way. Try to stay focused.
It's a little difficult. Oh, God. I'm Thomas playing as Megan, so if my accent is weird, it's not because I'm rusty.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah.
It's difficult to focus when everyone's looking at me like that. You're seeing them, right?
Yes, I'm seeing them. It's important to maintain composure. If anyone can understand what it's like to have people talk, it's me. If you dignify it in the way that they want you to, they have control. If you wait and address it on your own terms, you have control.
I don't even know what I am addressing. I don't know what I did between now and the last time we came here.
Exactly. So let's take a minute, take a breath, and find out. All right?
All right. And she kind of like clenches her fist a little bit, but then she lets it go. How would
Still
you
all polite smiles. You know.
How would you suggest we go about it?
Well, I'd say maybe we make a game out of it.
Great.
First one to figure out the source of the rumor mill gets a reward.
A meal, perhaps.
Sure.
A meal from the rumor meal.
So you're having fun already.
I guess.
All right. And literally, as you come through the door, it's like there's a big Saxon. When I say big Saxon, I mean a big Saxon. Like he's not quite, Eosa the giant,
Fucking
but
huge.
he's like 350 pounds and like 6'5", 6'6".
I'm size 11 now, dude.
Yeah.
Get him away from me. He can eat me.
As each of you come in, he's the one like deciding where you sit. So he like looks at each of you, studies you, and then points to whatever table. And so as the two of you come in, you get pointed to the same table, which happens to be the same table as Aethelgar, since the three of you are, all near the salt anyways. It makes sense. This is an attempt to be like Britain, but it's very clear, like any high society Kimrick would quickly pick apart how this isn't quite up to snuff. But they're trying. They're giving the old honest try. Yeah.
Question is why?
That's true.
Question. With that, we're gonna go to Aethelgar. Now, Aethelgar, you've been in lockstep with your I'm trying to remember. Grimmer is your brother, right?
Yep, Grimmer is my brother.
Yeah.
Voltaire is my cousin.
Yeah. So both of them were due to be back for this Easter feast and have not yet joined. Right. With that, Aethelgar, what would you like to do? There are, I should say, there are mostly Saxons here. There are a fair chunk of mercenary knights. And there are actually some knights that have bent the knee to Wessex, specifically those that would have held territory, those that didn't defect, so to speak, when it was conquered. So, or those that did defect when it conquered. But for the most part, it's mercenary knights and Saxons is the population.
I think Aethelgar would focus on conversation with the two guests that have joined him upon the table. One of which he has met before. I'm unsure if he's met Arenway before. Or Aronwe.
No. Well, sorry.
Yeah,
never on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never on screen. It depends on how often Ethelgard comes to these feasts, I imagine.
I'd say they've probably met then. In which case he would look and go, so darling, and so Aeon Way. It's clear that he's still he knows the language, but he's still getting a grasp around how names work.
Okay. He's doing pretty good.
It's good to see you, Aethelgar. I hope that this winter finds you well.
As do I, you.
Good talk.
All right. Why don't you, Aethelgar, why don't you give me a courtesy roll out of hilariousness?
This is gonna go well. Oh, his
Believe
courtesy's not terrible. Nope.
Well,
Well, I mean, it was exactly as it played out on screen there. There's the attempt in trying was really sound. Really sound.
I know silverware hasn't been invented yet, but you're supposed to use the fork to, Nope. All right, that's okay.
We don't
All
have
right.
forks.
Just nice.
In fact, I don't think anyone has forks at this point in time.
No, not for a very long time.
And I think we should probably give all three of you like a recognized test as well, or heraldry. Either will work. Whichever is higher, just make the roll. You can add like a +5 to your roll too.
Ooh. Well, that's nice.
Oh God,
That's
Dallin. We are 20 plus years into Dallin's career as a knight. It has been so vital for them to understand what people look like, what the people's faces look like, and what their heraldry looks like. And let me tell you, man, she still sucks.
Do we have the same stat in Recognize, Liam?
Yes, we do. And that's my highest. We are best friends.
And our skill sets aren't complementing each other very well.
Neither of us have been able to teach the other how to be better at it.
We just sit there at parties going like, who's that?
Who's that? I don't know.
So Eranwi, funny enough, you recognize a number of these mercenary knights that fly under a particular banner that resembles a Roman banner, as those who serve the praetor Syagrius. Syagrius was one of the many rumored people to be responsible for the death of Prince Madoc.
Oh, this guy rocked.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm fumbled on that. Otherwise, this would be a problem.
Yeah. So he's
Oh,
not here.
my
Syagrius isn't
doesn't
here,
care.
but a lot of his mercenary knights are. So he himself is not present because Gary's not present.
Mhm.
Okay. That brings us to
I
Dallin.
think
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Irangi sees people and goes like, I know these people, and she's like right about to like smack Dallin's arm, and then her brain catches up with her and goes like, wait, I like them because they killed Madoc. Dallin was friends with Madoc. I should not say anything, actually. And she like pulls her hand back and starts eating her cheeses again. Or no, we're on cod. Sorry.
Yeah, codtails.
Wonderful. I see. Did Aethelgar already get a turn? What did he do?
Yeah.
That was.
He spoke to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a turn. That was it.
That was
I'm
his
sorry, I
choice.
didn't give
Yeah.
you more for that then.
Champion.
Okay. Well, I have not recognized these people, so I am going to continue to. I'm going to actually make a diplomacy roll and continue to kind of stress the importance. Just kind of generally continue to build a repertoire between Salisbury and Wessex, and make sure that if the Wessex people feel they need to push further and invade, or they need an ally, that they're more willing to be leaning towards Salisbury. So I will make a diplomacy check if that's acceptable.
Yeah. Who are you? So that would assume Cerdic or Kinric if you're doing a diplomacy.
Kinric has the better repertoire. Cerdic has the more authority. Which do you think would be a better? Do you want me to roll and see which one's the better one based on the roll?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
As a success, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's make this a little spicy. I think for you to do so, you have to.
Oh God, he's naked.
Yeah, you have to flex your way up to being above the salt. in order to treat with Cerdic.
Hell yeah.
You might get stuck.
all
You might
right.
get stuck up there.
Well,
You're good.
I mean, that serves my purpose.
Do you want to say anything
Right now.
around me before you go, kind of thing? Before you let, because probably the more dangerous part is leaving around me alone, versus given what you know. Well, you know that all the eyes were on me before on your way in.
She's how old now?
I'm 30 years old.
Yeah, she's fine. She's got the hot temper, and she's my student, but she's fine. I trust her to be able to handle herself. As long as she learns to back down from fights occasionally, she'll be fine.
It seems I haven't. But it's okay, I'm with Ethelgard. He'll save me by grunting.
Yeah. Dallin will kind of tap Aronway on the shoulder and go, I'm going to move around the floor for a little while, try to see if I can get a higher seat up to speak with Cerdic. Aethelgar, you wouldn't mind looking after Aronway here, would you?
He looks confused at you, and then for a moment goes, "Very well."
Delightful. And as Dallin starts to move, they'll like whisper to Aronway. They'll be like, "Don't trust him too much."
All right. Is there something wrong with him?
No, but I mean, look at him.
What?
Don't mistake our presence here as purely friendly. As of right now, until they're not, they're enemies. Right?
All right. I will be nice, I think.
Good. Because I personally prefer enemies that aren't trying to stab me to enemies that are.
That's usually better. I'll do my best.
And Dallin will pat Aronway on the shoulder and make their way up.
Awesome. Okay. A second, I'm gonna cut over piece type music. Okay.
I'm actually getting the music for once. That's crazy.
And I will turn that down. Okay. So, you make your way to that diplomacy roll was already a check to see if you could do so. You can do so. Next round, you will be above the salt, so you'll get the extra geniality.
The glory.
But what do you say to Kinrick or to Cerdic?
I think Dallin will kind of make their way over and just do the proper bows and curtsies. It seems like they're appreciative of proper Britain technique here, so Dallin will do that. And when they go, King Cedric, I thank you for allowing me and Aronway back into your court once again. It is always nice to spend a winter with the Saxons of Wessex. Are they calling themselves the Angles?
No. Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got it. He nods and he says, "Of course. Britain is a land of two peoples, the Cymric and the Saxon. Both subjects are welcome, so long as they acknowledge my place."
Of course. And my presence here is that acknowledgement in itself. I was wondering if you'd put any more thought into Salisbury's predicament and your stance on it. I know that Cynric has made many journeys out there.
Yes.
I haven't heard much of your thoughts on the subject.
Well. I must admit that I hear many things. I hear of a weak earl, a boy, his overprotective mother, and a new marshal.
Yeah. Aye, Edrich. The situation in Salisbury certainly is complicated, and while our Earl is very young, his mother has reason to protect him. We are surrounded at all sides by potential enemies, and the less confidence we have in who we can look at and who we can turn our backs to, the more difficult it is to understand what must be protected and what can't.
We have not put our men at your borders. We have seldom raided, though I will not take that away from my subjects. It is, after all, the right of any who bring war in Britain to take from their neighbors.
And also, there is an understanding that despite no signs of outward aggression, there have been no permanent or signs of commitment towards friendship as well. I don't know for certain if it's something that Salisbury has asked for, but my presence here is proof that friendship is possible between our two peoples. Not just non-aggression, but alliance.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but I think you specifically chose not to offer Cerdic tribute this last round. Right?
I believe that is correct. I think that was the last thing that we did was we paid the last time we gave them tribute. We said this is the last one, and if you want to be friends, we have to be friends, not subjects.
Yeah,
I think that was the message.
Yeah. I think you do a pretty effective job as Dallin, but he kind of he'll change the subject a bit for a time. You can tell where he's basically at is he's not promising anything. He definitely sees Salisbury as a significantly inferior position to his own.
I'm wearing him down.
Yeah,
that's
it's
the job
good
of
and
a
bad.
diplomat.
Well, the fact that you have Ben here is probably reduced the amount of raiding into Salisbury and opened up a non-aggression type of relationship.
It is
that's
something,
saying something
at the very least.
Yeah.
All right, good with me.
All right, and we'll give you. So you won't get the third there, but we'll give you the second geniality for the fact that
I succeeded.
That brings us to Aranmi.
Yay! Okay. I've been told to stay put. And I think Aranwi is a good girl. However, I do have a 16 awareness, so is there any way that I could leverage that to overhear people saying things? I do want to know what in the world they are talking about behind my back.
Yep. Yeah, go for it. Give me an awareness.
All right. So I think Aranwi probably offers, Ethelgar, do you want me to get us a refill of something at another table? And then I've succeeded on her way up to get more stuff. She's kind of listening in to things.
Okay. I'm gonna move someone slightly. So you walk by one of the side tables, and there's a couple of these mercenary knights under the Roman, the modified Roman banneret. Beside them is a particularly large man, and he, as you come by, you can tell he stops whatever they're talking about, and he says a word in Saxon, a word you don't know. And then you do you specifically wanted to play the part of not showing attention to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you kind of continue to listen in, the one mercenary looks to the other and says, what the hell does that mean? And the other one says,
Oh,
it means Oathbreaker.
whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Rodway.
I will take a pride. Is your pride or is your what's higher, pride or what's it called?
Modest.
Modest, yeah.
Pride is a 12.
Okay. Close enough. I will take both of them against each other then. Modest.
Okay.
Yeah. You can impassion. If you do, it will increase your whatever one you choose and decrease the other one.
Right.
Well, sorry, it'll increase the one that makes sense. So if you chose it has to make sense for it.
Okay. On one hand, I've got passions that could work, and I really, really, really should not get into a fight. On the other hand, I'm looking at my passions, and literally none of them can I justify giving to Modest.
Okay.
We've got Loyalty Lord. No, I can't do that. Love family. I can't. That doesn't honor. This is literally imputing my honor.
Yeah. What about hospitality?
I have a 0 in hospitality.
Do you? Okay.
I don't think anyone ever gave me a hospitality score, Bob.
I feel. Yeah, I feel like that would have changed with Dallin. I think that would have changed. Why don't we give you? We're just gonna give you
5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna give you a straight 3d6 roll for this.
Okay.
Yeah. No, free bonus, but.
I'm not very hospitable. I'm a disappointment to my mentor. I can hit real good talent. If you ever need me to hit,
That's fine. That's what I need you for, I guess. Right now, I'm getting older. Yeah.
Maybe these guys right here. I'm gonna be really hospitable. I'm not going to be really hospitable.
No
I'm
negative though. There's no negative at least.
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay. Modest versus proud. Are you certain?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey. I'm so proud of you.
Aronwi hears this and she feels her fists clenching again, and then she closes her eyes and goes Dallin said not to, Dallin said not to, Dallin said not to. And then she goes and gets the food, and then she walks back without listening to anyone else.
Understood.
Because perhaps she should not be listening to any more of this. Dallin can win the bet. This is unpleasant and bad, and she'll hit someone.
All right. And since you rolled awareness, I'm going to give you this. So as you kind of move back, and just as you sit down, you recognize somebody at the door.
Oh, oh. Well, this could be bad, considering what I've just heard, but I do...
Yeah, that's fair. Also, he isn't wearing that coat of arms. He's wearing the Owens, but
Okay, well...
That was one question I was going to ask. Does Aronmi still rock the by tree? Or what is... So you're not technically a knight anywhere. Do you carry on the legacy of...
Dallin would offer their heraldry if you wanted.
Yeah, that is a good question, because the reason she left is because she felt so guilty over letting Gwynedd die. At least in her mind. So I'm wondering if she would feel like she deserves to wear the by tree anymore. It might be easier to just wear Dallin's coat of arms.
Let's see if you're merciful about yourself.
Um,
Gonna add a penalty to it?
yeah, here's the thing. She has a pretty solid track record as I've gone through the game of really beating herself up for things that maybe were not actually her fault.
Yeah.
So I think I will give myself, for my own stuff, merciful -3, cruel +3.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one.
oh,
Oh.
no, we are not wearing Quidditch
All right,
stuff.
so roll a new passion called Hate Aronway.
Hate self.
Hate self.
There's something wrong with
Look,
me.
you're jumping right ahead to Mordred here. Good job. um, no, this will be specific to the context we talked. But you know what I will do? I'm gonna give you a directed trait. Please roll 1d6.
Oh, I love getting new traits.
Yeah.
Just a one.
Not high enough. Roll again. Yeah, you critted. It's only fair.
Is that better for you? Oh,
Yeah. Hate self
Yeah.
5. Specific to this. Yeah. So
that's fair.
yeah, or you can say guilt 5, and that might make better sense because it's not a complete hating of yourself, but it was the guilt around.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll call it Gwynedd guilt.
Gwynedd guilt.
Gwynedd Guilt. Gwen Guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Gwyn guilt.
Okay.
Gwen Guilt. Gwen Gailey, Gwen Claws.
Well, actually, I'm going to pull that right now. To see if I talk to Dogged or pretend I did not see him.
Well, you know what? You can put on pause for his. Oh, okay.
I'm so excited to see this guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything in my family in so long.
We'll assume that's what you're gonna do for round 2. And
Yeah.
we'll throw you. You passed your awareness, right? So that is 2 geniality.
Ooh, let's go. And Ethelgar, you do get a refill of whatever it is you would like.
Wonderful. I'm sure you were like, "Can I get you a refill?" And he's like, and you just immediately left the table.
Yeah.
Here's some more wine. And he's like, sick, alright.
Okay, sick, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Speaking of which, on his turn, he's gonna indulge.
Well, we're back to Liam first, actually.
Oh.
Or did
Oh,
we
that's right.
skip you? No.
No.
That's
No.
right. We switched orders.
We
but
changed the
because
order now.
Dallin jumped to above the salt, so he's now first. That's what happened. Okay. Dallin,
Yeah.
you're...
Hi, Dallin's turn. Dallin still hasn't noticed these fools, so I am going to contribute to the game now. I've given Aronway a chance to find out what's going on, and now it's my turn. So I would like to make an intrigue check to try to find out why everybody's whispering about Aronway.
Okay.
Oh, so close.
So close to the
Oh,
crit.
that's really sad, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me check. Go ahead. You got a question?
No, I'm good.
All right. I'm just gonna see. What was that? So you're having trouble chasing down the source, but it seems that first off, it seems weird that someone would have lobbed this from the Saxons. Like, they don't really have good intel on these things. So it seems like someone's brought this to the Saxons. But apparently, according to the Saxons, some facts have been modified to suggest that Aronway broke their oath with their former manor. And is considered like it. Rather than being someone who chose not to sort of swear fealty, because what really happened is she didn't swear fealty to Olwen. She swore fealty to Gwynedd. That seems to be lost in the details, and it's more a matter of that Aronway, like, remember, this is a random roll you started with, so this is what we're going with. This is just luck of the draw, not something I'm throwing as a curveball as story. But basically, it was, oh no, Aronway like straight up left like her charge, Lady Olwen, from like straight up abandoned post.
Yeah,
and the Saxons don't love that. The Saxons aren't a big fan of that. So
interesting.
Specifically, not
Wow.
because she chose to move, because the Saxons don't care about that. Specifically because an oath was sworn and they left it. Yeah.
It's the oath. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, depending on whether or not I notice the mercenaries who murdered my best friend, one of my last remaining best friends, I will be putting an end to that this evening.
Okay. Why don't you give me? Do you even know about that, as Dallin? Did you ever find out about the rumors about Tiagris? We done with that?
Oh, I'd say definitely. I mean, Dallin had 4 friends in the world. 5 friends? 4 or 5 friends in the entire world. It was Lainey Gwydent, Edward, Goratrix, Madoc, and
Jaren.
Jaren. Yeah, and
Okay.
every single one of those people,
3 of them
except for
died
one of
that
them, is
night.
dead. Yeah, 3 of them died that night. Dallin absolutely would have gotten any information that could on it and been keeping an ear out. And I think Jaren goes missing every couple of years for like 5 years at a time. So like,
It's
you
not
know,
uncommon.
he might be dead too. Who knows?
Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, the Tiagris is in fact, Praetor Tiagris was roaming around, trading with all the lords, trying to get an army. That army went under Uther, specifically under Madoc. Later, Tiagris is one of many that are said to have been responsible for the death of Madoc. Though, they link that to some of the other scenarios. Like, it's not clear what even happened to Uther in that feast. Rumors of poison.
Right.
One person in particular got a very close look at what happened there, but most of people didn't. So, yeah.
Who was that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, I know Iranmi was Iranmi was, I think, the second closest to the event, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Rhodri is the only one who left that room alive
Well,
because she wasn't supposed to be in that room at all.
Well,
As far as
one
as far as
person-
most people know. As
one
far
other
as most
person
people know. Yeah.
Well, actually, 2 other people did.
2 people left it alive.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
it's like Order
Theoretically.
66. Eventually, we're going to find out like 1,000 people survived it. 1,000 Jedi survived it. Wait a minute.
Exactly. Yeah.
What did they really do that day, anyways? Just kill all the crappy Jedi?
Hey man,
Uh,
I'm just saying, if there's 25,000 and 1,000 are left, that's still a bad day for the
it's
Jedi.
so-
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Okay, so that was a tangent and I completely lost it. Yeah, why don't you give me a heraldry roll +5? Maybe you're just not putting 2 and 2 together, Dallin, on who they are, but it doesn't really matter. Chasing down the rumor regardless.
Can I do recognize +5 instead?
Yep, that's fine.
Oh, thank God. That is a success.
Okay, you recognize Sir.
Wulu. 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 Hates peoples. So true.
Sir Wulu. What the hell? Every once in a while it rolls a name I've never seen before. I can't remember seeing Wulu on there before. So, and I'm sure
Must
there's
have
a
played
better
a lot of Age of Empires, you know?
Yeah. Ooh.
Wulu.
Same region. Okay, so this is formerly a knight from Hantone before the days of
Oh.
Wessex.
Yeah.
hmm And you just
Okay,
recognize him from like being a regular face in here.
Cool. Is he like is he connected to the mercenaries or is he
He's one of the mercenaries. Yeah,
It's-
he is.
He is one of the mercenaries.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Great. I need to talk to that man and I will do it next round. Sorry, Aranwe. I'm not this takes priority over the rumor mill.
It's okay.
And that will get you 3 genealogies.
I love 3 genealogy.
But you will then go back down to above the
Near the
salt.
salt.
Or near the salt.
Huzzah.
So we're gonna do this.
You can put me after Aranwe if it's easier. I
Yeah,
don't mind whether
may-
to go first or not.
Maybe we will.
Whoop! I'm taking near the salt with me. It's coming down with me.
Taking the salt with me.
Oh my
I'm taking this.
God. You're coming back
Can I-
down here like arms full of
Yeah.
reality.
Can I take this salt? I just need all of it. Can I please take all of this salt?
Awesome. All right, that brings us back to Ethelgar.
All right. I gotta say, Aramwe's in some difficult situation. If only they had a Saxon they could convince to help them. Anyway, Aethelgard's gonna have a drink.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks,
Indulgent
bud.
time?
Yep. Success!
It is definitely something you notice when the Saxons party. They, there aren't the Christian temperate folk. There is none of that. Absolutely none. So, there might be. I shouldn't say none. I think specifically Grimir didn't drink much, if I remember correctly. But he's probably
Correct.
like the random exception. It's supposed to be a time of celebration, and that involves mead. And
It's almost like it's a religious trait or something like
Yeah.
that.
hmm Exactly. All right, Ethelgar, you got 3. Eranwi, let's go back to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to my brother-in-law, who is going to deliver me nothing but good news because I'm having a bad day right now. And he's gonna be so nice and tell me so many good things.
All right. It's true. I mean, it's not bad news in Pendragon.
Yeah, and nothing bad has happened recently, so we'll all be fine.
It'll be fine.
So I think Aranwi, a little bit like the Oathbreaker thing is psyching her out a little,
That's
but
fair.
she is so like excited to see like someone from home. She's been gone for so long, she cannot bring herself to come back really. But someone from home has come to her, which is very exciting. So she goes up to him and is like, "Doggy, it's been so long. What are you doing here?"
He smiles at you at first. Give me an intrigue roll with +2 right away. Let's start there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
+2. Oh my god, let's go. There's nothing bad can come from critting this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not directly. No. So you're good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you ever walked up to someone like really excited and they have the look of really bad news on their face, even though they're doing their absolute best to not like start with that?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
get 5 feet away and you instantly know there's some sort of bad news. And then your mind starts cycling through, why would he come all this way to find... You feel like he's here for you. I'm giving you this because you created the intrigue. You feel like he's here for you and he's here with bad news.
Yeah, I think she's smiling as she walks up to him, and
Yeah.
then she catches the vibe, and it just drops. And she's like, Why are you here, Dogged?"
Well, it took me some time to find you. I tried to find
Right.
Blackboar Manor, but I got lost in the woods.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
And
Are you okay here? That the Saxons are nice enough to you?
usually it's been a bit odd today. I'm not really sure what's gotten into them, but usually things are good. They seem to like me better actually than a lot of the courts back home did. Can I get you something to drink, eat? I think we're on a 4 right now.
Yeah, that would be nice. I did want to catch up
Okay.
with you anyways.
Right.
You have sorry, Bob's actually forgetting the genders. He says niece or nephew, but there are now 2 little ones. He lets you know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's second. I have to mute myself.
I don't. I don't remember how many kids I have. There's so many. That Perin's got that problem too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right next to my open window because it's the only way I can mount my camera, and my stepmom came out to show me the dog.
Oh, that's
she's
awesome.
Good dog. Was it Blaze or Vixen?
Did it scare
It
you
was
when
Vixen.
someone showed up in your window?
No, I can hear everyone coming out the door, like the entire process of them coming out the door.
Gotcha.
I had a lot of warning. Hey, Vixen.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I also don't remember if I have nieces or nephews, but I guess I have 2 of them now, whatever they are.
Yeah, and so you can tell Dog it's kind of. You could definitely press him for the news, but he's just trying to catch up, not just throw right into it. So
I think that there is this like awful pit of dread in her stomach right now, and she's desperately going like, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. I cannot bring myself to ask it. She's like, that's wonderful. How old's the younger one then? How old's the older one? How tall are they right now?
And he starts to go into the details. I really need to like map out what their ages are. I think Emily keeps better track. Emily and Rebecca keep better track than I do. So. Right now they're just kids running around the feast, and he explains that. He actually tells you like Beatrice is really helped out.
That's wonderful.
With the
How
kids.
is she?
Yeah. Well,
she was always so good with her little sister.
Yeah. There's some mixed stuff there too. You pick that up as well.
Oh no! Oh God! Bad news that Megan didn't even hear about. Uh-oh.
He says, did you ever hear the story of Beatrice's father?
No. Last I heard, she didn't know who it was.
Well, I don't know if she really truly knows him.
All right.
But he's someone that an old servant of Gorlo, actually, or more
Really?
specifically, the Queen. Indeed, it seems his past was crossed with a curse. A cursed sword, to be specific.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Does it travel through the family? Is Beatrice all right?
No, it travels by the bearer, actually, of the sword.
All right.
Which is
Did it?
Tricky because the lore around it suggested that it was it made its bearer immortal, but perhaps it's just age. It was blood, you see, blood that it thirsts for.
All right.
The sword, not the wielder, though I suppose they're one and the same.
Does the sword? How is it one and the same? Can't the wielder just not draw the sword?
I think it might have influence, and the longer the sword is held by its bearer, the less they become of themselves.
All right. I mean, that must have been awful for Beatrice. I assume this came up because she met him?
Why don't we have a chat out at the balcony around me?
Okay. And she'll kind of stand up and head to the balcony.
All right. Round 3.
You too.
Aethelgar, what you doing, my friend?
There's not much for him to do at the moment. He's kind of just vibing. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Just roll. 'Cause I don't know if I have enough. 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 'Cause I don't know if I have I think he's going to. No, he's going to attempt to be friendly towards Sir Darlin. Darlin, as he's going to say.
Darling.
Darling.
Darlin. And he is going to do a temperate roll as he attempts to be hospitable in this action.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thanks, darling. Thanks, Sir
Darlin.
Darling.
And I will roll his hospitality for this. Success.
Hey, look at that.
So it's a +5 to this roll. Success. So we're just kind of sharing food and making sure Darlin has all the drinks that they require and food and gets their fair share.
A tray of
It's a
cheeses.
polite conversation.
That's a
Yeah.
grave insult in my culture. Prepare for combat.
This is what
No,
we call
you-
Monterey Jack. This is
This is
showing him the selection
Monterey
of
Jack
cheeses.
was my uncle that the Saxons killed. I'll kill you. Oh,
this one
lovely.
is,
I think
from lands much further to the south.
like Dallin's kind of like focused on like eavesdropping on another conversation when the like you start passing him food and they go, "What's this? Oh, thank you, Aethelgar. That was very courteous of you."
It is very good. They have good farm animals in this land. Cattle produce good cheeses. Very nice.
Indeed. You know, I am realizing now I've been a little rude to you. I haven't noticed your brother or your cousin here. Are they well?
I am unsure. They were supposed to make their way for this feast, but it seems they were waylaid. I believe that is the right
Sorry to
term.
hear that. Yes,
Yes.
there's been a great deal of improvement in your Kimrick since you've come here. Well, I'll tell you what. Most of my time spent in Blackboar Manor is relatively uneventful. Should you require aid in searching for some word of your brother or your cousin, consider me an option.
I have much appreciation for this, and thank you for the offer.
Well, the people of Salisbury, they often return generosity with generosity, and cruelty with cruelty. It's cyclical in these things. Sometimes
Indeed.
the first step is an important one.
Indeed. Both are useful in their own terms. I hope it is generosity that we shall have.
I agree.
But I can respect the other in turn.
When it's appropriate, I suppose.
He nods.
Good talk.
Good talk. Oh, you muted.
Oh, goodbye, Bob.
Oh,
Bob. Silent talking once again. It's a magic trick of his. We all
We're gonna-
appreciate it, but
we're gonna
No.
go to Dallin next because we'll end with the dogged stuff further on me. Makes sense.
Yay.
Dallin,
yo,
you had wanted to talk to Wooloo.
I do.
Woo.
Potentially I want to threaten him a little bit. So if it's okay, I would like to roll intrigue first, and see how that serves me. So that you can potentially advise me if I do anything that's stepping out of bounds. It might get me in trouble here.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with intrigue.
Ooh. Can I potentially... Oh, it's not wise of me. Can I potentially test a passion here?
Yep.
Now, I have Love of Favored Sons 10, and Loyalty Sir Goretrix 16. I know neither of them are directly implicated with this situation, but I think that knight carries a lot of... he was definitely involved with something that night, or at least he claims to be. So,
I think favorite sons would. Well, actually, Goretrix.
because they both
did
died that
die.
night.
Yeah, he did die.
It's definitely, I think, Madoc that's the most directly, but I think any answers as to what the hell happened that night are good answers.
I think
it
if
is in all.
If you impassion with Goretrix, it will be about Goretrix that you're impassioned by. If
Let's
it's
do
favorite sons,
then.
it'll be about like Madoc and getting to the bottom of it. I think would be fine.
I think let's do favorite sons then.
Yeah.
That's there's less risk there if I fail it too. I don't get to add genealogy to the passion roll, do I?
Not to the passion, no. Hey, look at that.
Hey, there we go. All right,
It's
Aronway,
interesting.
I hope you're watching. I'm about to obliterate this nerd from orbit. Here we go.
No, I've been dragged out into the.
Damn it, kid! This is the one part I needed you to witness. That is an 18 plus 10. So.
My God.
Yeah. So credit is so basically what you're looking to see if it was inappropriate to do this here. I think the Saxons are a little more chill. I think if you were to like pull out a weapon or like straight up break something over his head, like it's a coin toss whether the weapon won't be allowed, but if you were to just get into a brawl with this guy, it'd be like a coin toss.
Depends on the vibe, right? Yeah. I get you. Okay, in that case, Dallin will kind of make their way over it, and I think they're legit just gonna sit across from them, like unavoidable from eye contact. Just sit on the opposite side of the table from them and smile kind of gently at them.
Sir Dallin?
Sir Wooloo, I'm honored to see that one of the Legion is here to grace us.
I wouldn't call ourselves Legion. We are mercenaries under a former praetor.
Indeed. But you are mercenaries under the praetor, and I do believe his loyalties still lie eastward, don't they? At least in spirit. I mean, he calls himself praetor.
He nods, like there's a uncertain but kind of a nod, like, yeah, you're probably right.
I've been seeing, or at least hearing, of your movement down here in this region for some time, and yet I've had some difficulty meeting one of your soldiers. I'm happy to be able to make acquaintance with you today. Finally.
We tend to go where we are most valued. And it seems that Wessex values us greatly.
Wow. I know not too many Britons would appreciate your services in the same way I imagine the Saxons would.
Well, times are changing. Those who hold to the old ways will find that those old ways are gone.
And we should embrace Saxonry then,
No. Not directly.
Not directly.
Tolerate,
I'm
perhaps.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that front. The ways of the past, I think, are long dead. They were perhaps dead before either of us were born. Maybe they died with Aurelius. But I can tell you this. I think the last gasp that we had for getting back to the way things were meant to be, quote unquote, was when Prince Madoc was killed. Wouldn't you agree with that?
There are others with claim in Britain and beyond. Cerdic is one. Nanteleod another.
It's not about lineage anymore. Things have changed. It's about merit. It's about capability. And it's about acceptance. Now, I'll tell you this. Served for many years with Prince Madoc. I was there when he was knighted. I was there when Uther embraced him as his son. I was there for much of his life. I considered him a very close friend of mine. And it's strange to me that your praetor would still carry his banner so openly, considering the crimes that he claims against Madoc, against the king. The Saxons here might not care about something as little as that, but there are a great deal of those who, even if they cared very little for Uther, cared very much for his son. I've lost a lot of friends in the last few years, Wulu, and it interests me where your praetor is.
He dwells between here and Doncaster. Much like many of the mercenary armies, we stay mobile, and we treat with those who welcome us and seek our aid.
And if Salisbury were to welcome you and seek your aid?
He seems to have, the praetor that is, suggested that he has very few friends in a place known as Salisbury.
As I said, a great many of people cared very deeply for Prince Madoc. Let me revise the subject. That area that you spoke of in which the praetor may exist, that's a long area. There's a lot that could be there. It doesn't narrow the search down very much. I'm sure you could understand how someone might have some difficulties contacting him if they wanted to hire him.
Would it be for hiring that you would wish to locate him, Sir Dallin?
I think that particular matter is irrelevant to you. Because the end result will be the same for you either way. If I were to receive verifiable intelligence on where the praetor is and where he might be, then one of his knights might be leaving here with a great deal of wealth. And if I were to not, then I'd say there's a good chance that someone within Cedric's court would have to burn a little bit of the great deal of goodwill that they've built up over the last few years due to an indiscretion. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
He smiles at you, and there's a look like I'm going off some of his stats for roll.
It's all good.
Yeah. He says, where's he from?
He hates peoples, so.
He does hate people. I need to figure out who that is. He's from Antone.
Good chance it could be Saxons.
Yeah.
It could be Saxons.
I think
He's having a bad day.
I think
just
it's
like a wrong way.
I think it's specifically the people of Wessex. And he's just here having a grin and bear it. He shakes his head. And he says, Sir Dallin, you don't believe the rumors about Syagris murdering the prince. Is this what this is about? Surely.
Yes.
Why would he do that? Why would anyone of...
I've heard the rumors, certainly. I have a cousin that served with him overseas. I know that Madoc withdrew his support when the Praetor needed it most. And I know that the Praetor rode off into the sunset cursing Madoc's name. A lot happened that night. A lot of people died. A lot of very good people. Not just Uther, not just his son. There are no other names that fit the mold. Not in my eyes. I don't intend to kill your Praetor, not until I know the truth, but I don't see any other way I could get that truth but from his mouth directly. As I said, though, the end result is irrelevant to you. What is relevant to you is whether you leave here with money or not at all.
He looks at you a moment and says, "Very well then, Sir Dallin. I'll give you what you ask."
I thank you kindly, Sir Wulu. It is a pleasure to have you in this court. And should you ever care to have a friend in Salisbury, I will make sure that this is remembered.
All right, so you critted on intrigue, so I'm going to give you a couple more points. In your
Huzzah!
in your observation with Sir Wulu, you get the impression he is 100% here. He is part of the Praetor's army. He seems like an honorable sort, especially for a mercenary knight. More honorable than your average mercenary.
Sure.
He seems okay at hiding it, or pretty good at hiding it, actually. But he despises the Saxons here in Wessex. And he's here getting close, not for Syagrius or any sort of loyalty to Syagrius.
Interesting.
Now, he doesn't share any of that. He doesn't talk about any of that.
No, yeah, that's just the vibe
him.
that I pick up.
Yeah.
Interesting. What is he doing here then? Very curious. Okay. I might need to talk to somebody at some point. But I think that's a good place to cut that for now, yeah?
Okay, yep.
Huzzah!
And
And then
you critted 3 because you critted.
Oh, I critted. That's right.
All right, that brings us to Aranmi.
Oh, not Ithilgar? Did he already take his third turn?
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Right.
Yep.
That was temperate, right?
Oh.
Yep. He gave me
Yeah,
food.
he's
We
temporary.
forgot his first and his third turn. Yeah.
Sounds about
Let's
right.
go, dude.
Classic Gus. No, so Aranmi, you are out on the balcony with Dogged.
Yay.
And
I'm sure that this will go great.
you see, like, as you get out here too, he has 2 cups of drink, and he just hands you one.
I think she, like, takes it, looks down at it, and is like, just kind of, like, starts drinking the thing where it's like, this is such a stressful day, and it sounds like it's gonna get worse. I don't know where this is going.
Barrowcrest was besieged.
Oh no.
We
Nice.
fended off the enemy.
Hmm.
It was Beatrice's parents, actually.
Both of them.
Yes.
Oh.
Or we're back together.
That sounds very messy. Is Beatrice alright?
More or less. Yeah.
Alright.
Beatrice's mother has taken over the Mudlands.
Okay. Dogged, you're telling me a lot of news about home, and I appreciate it, but you're kind of worrying me, the way that you're telling me this.
Well, I
Beatrice is right.
mentioned the immortality that comes with the sword and its curse.
Mm-hmm.
He brought that to our gates.
All right.
We had allies, though. Had allies. I'll tell you simply what you need to know. The one who held the sword, Beatrice's father, he is now locked away in Barrowcrest.
Okay.
His hand and the sword were severed, which wouldn't have removed him. He shakes his head. I think we knew the threat of the sword going into things, but we had an ally with us. You remember Jaren?
Yes. He's a very good swordsman. Is he all right?
He's the one that defeated Beatrice's father.
That sounds like a good thing.
We will do an intrigue roll at this point, right here, I think. And you can add all your geniality to that too.
Oh, I only have 4. Not being very genial today. Are we or on me?
You're about on par, two around so far. And there'll be
so
3
insightful today.
I'm gonna say that just out of this, the battle part, all those pieces, him coming here specifically to tell you, you just start worrying about Grifflet.
All right. And it was just Jaren in the battle then?
Jaren had taken on Grifflet.
All right. Wasn't he supposed to be just a courier? He was an esquire. He never got knighted.
Well, the thing about a siege is every able-bodied fighter must fight. Something happened. I didn't witness it myself. But the outcome seems to be that... I'm sorry, Aronmi. Grifflet fell. And it seems he fell to Jaren and the sword.
Wait.
It must have been some sort of accident.
Jaren wouldn't make an accident. He's the best swordsman I know. And he wouldn't cut down my brother. He was your ally, wasn't he?
I didn't believe it myself.
Well, then how is it true?
I saw Jaren. It was clear. Jaren took Grifflet with him. Or his remains.
How do you know they were remains? Couldn't he have been still alive?
I suppose it's possible.
All right, then we just have to find them, right? Where did he go?
The hell if I know. He hasn't returned to Salisbury. He wasn't in Bath. Perhaps east again?
Isn't there any way that, could Beatrice find him? Or anyone that she knows?
Maybe. They were still figuring that out. There's a lot going on.
Well, then I have to help find Jaren and Grifflin then.
I
Grifflet then.
don't think it's wise that anyone find Jaren right now. If the sword has him, it won't.
If it's not Jaren anymore, and whatever he is now killed or kidnapped, my brother, I don't care if it's not smart. I have to find him. And if he killed Grifflet, I have to kill him.
Easier said than done around me. If the curse is passed on, it's found a better host. Jaren was the best swordsman I've seen. Before the curse.
I've killed tough opponents before. I can do it again. This is what we call hubris.
Yeah. He
Talon's
shakes
like,
his head.
Man, we've been over that. How many times do I gotta teach you this lesson, young girl?
You threatened a man's life last turn. Shut up.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm your elder. It's okay when I do it.
I'm gonna kill that man.
Yeah. He just says, whatever you do, please be careful. I didn't tell Olwen or Dane I was going. No one's going to be happy that I've been gone as long as I have. I thought you needed to know.
Thank you for telling me, even though you probably knew I wouldn't react the way you wanted me to. But thank you for telling me. Being away, the one thing that I kept on thinking about was when I was in the ferry for too long and I came back and my dad was dead, and I was so worried it would happen again. No, I guess it has.
Grifflet knew the stakes of that battle. And you should know that those that fought alongside him said he fought very well, like a knight.
Small comfort now, but he did want to be a knight.
Very much so. And then with that, he'll I think, you're family to him, right? So he'll hug you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She'll hug back.
Awesome.
And then after a little bit, she's gonna be like, "Is it all right if I'm alone for a bit?"
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And with that,
before you leave.
he'll pat you on the shoulder, put a hand on your shoulder, and then kind of walk off to leave you for a bit.
All right, I'll end my turn there.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the feast. Give me an awareness roll around me since you're on the balcony.
Yippee! I love being aware of things. I'm aware of it.
You just see a couple of riders coming in. They bear the banner of Cerdic, the gold dragon on red. They seem to be riding rather urgently as they make their way in. They quickly dismount, and it seems like they're moving quickly to go update the court.
Okay, I'm gonna roll something to see if I just watch them or if I go in and go, okay, let's see. I don't know if what that would be though. Maybe.
Is this a I don't know, actually. I don't know what you do here.
I mean, it could be generous versus selfish, but I'd really have to nerf my 16 generous at this point. I think,
Well,
okay.
How about the you do the guilt? That could be active right now. Yeah.
That's true. My other one was love family, but it's a 15 either way, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well, you can impassion yourself, or you can say you're impassioned with love family in this moment. I'd be fine with that. Like a death would do that for sure.
Yeah, I think. All right, we're gonna take that. Is that a 5 or a 10 for the passion?
So it'd be by default. It'd be what level do you have it at?
The passion is a 15, so that would be
+5.
+5.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you can also. I'll give you a free tick on that as well.
a free tick to love family or guilt.
Love family. Yeah.
Okay. And then selfish. They are both successes.
Yeah. So you get to
That's
choose.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she's just gonna like watch them go in and be like, well, that's probably my problem. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. Like someone will get me if they need me, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah. I asked to be alone, and by God, I'm gonna be.
Yeah. All right. So the men come running up to Cerdic and Aethelgar and Dallin. You both recognize these. These are fellow men that are positioned further east. So these would have been men with Volter and Grimmer and such. Cerdic stands up, seeing their urgency, and he says, "My subjects, tell me, what is it?" And this is we'll say this is in Saxon, but Dallin, you probably have enough.
Got a rudimentary understanding of it at this point.
They say, I'm gonna pull you over to the map so you can see what we're talking about.
Map.
All right. They say, the city of Chichester has fallen. And this is in Wessex lands. So yeah, Cerdic. So this is Chichester right here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so he's like, he raises a brow and he says, "Fallen? What do you mean fallen? Who was it? Sussex? Silchester?" And they shake their head. And they say, "No. An invasion force." And Cerdic's like, "By land or water?" And they nod and they're like, "Water." And then Cerdic's like, "Kimric or?" And they nod and they say Saxon.
Sucks for you guys. Anyway, we're gonna go back to killing our own people up north.
Aren't they Saxons? What's
Yes.
going on
Yeah.
over here? You don't think the Saxons would be infighting, do you? Surely not.
You get the impression from this conversation that these aren't previously landed Saxons. These are yet another continental force coming over and claiming land.
Damn. That's rough, buddy. Anyway.
They took the whole coast, so there was nowhere to land and invade except for other Saxons.
Really, that's on them.
They ran out of British to fight.
This sucks to suck.
Cerdic is furious, and you could tell there's a look of embarrassment on his face, right? This is embarrassing to him that other Saxons would get involved. He looks to Aethelgar and says, I need to know what the terms are for this would-be leader of men who would come into Wessex and take what isn't his. Aethelgar, will you serve me in this?
Of course, my king.
And then he cuts over to Kimrick and says, Sir Dallin, you've made an offer to me. An offer that speaks of friendship from Salisbury. If you wish to prove it, I would ask that you assist my subject in an attempted negotiation. It must be clear that we will not tolerate an invasion force in Wessex, but we must know their purpose.
I would be honored to offer Salisbury's aid.
And I think he clarifies and he says, so you will go directly?
Yes. If that be your wish.
It be indeed. Very well then. All right, folks. So I just want to double check here. We can do this a couple different ways. I know all we did is a feast, but we also spent like 35 minutes setting up the stream for this. We can continue on with this story, or we can part 2 it next week. I'm open to both.
I mean, how substantial is part 2? I'm good to continue as well, but like, if it would feel crunched to try and do a part 2, like right now, I'd be fine with just doing it.
My personal experience is it can feel crunched to do an hour scene of anything, just with the way we run. But if you guys are just feeling like we're just starting to get warmed up, I'm okay with going to hour 3. I know that people like to get to bed by like 11:30. So
I'm comfortable doing a part 2. I am comfortable still going to if I had a slight leaning, I would say part 2. But like I said, I don't have to be up super early tomorrow, so it's not a huge deal either way.
Okay. I might see if Gary can join us for the next one as his Saxon. Get involved with that a little bit. So
Huzzah!
Megan, would you like to join us?
I would love to join.
Okay. Awesome. All right,
I need to talk to you about why you're so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead. I was interrupting. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I think it's true that Dallin does have to talk to me about why I'm sad.
Yeah. It's fair. Why don't we, I thought, I always underestimate how long a feast will take. I thought it'd be like 30 minutes and then we're a little bit late. Why don't we go ahead and wrap it up? Wrap it up at hour 2. It's very rare that we do that, but it seems like a good time. And I think when is Thomas back? Anyone remember?
I think he's heading back home this week at some point, or maybe he's already on the way.
Yeah, he might appreciate next week off anyways, so we can do one more week without him, and then that will close off this story, and then we'll be cutting over to Morgan's marriage or Morgan's wedding.
So exciting!
I have a request. Yeah. Can I be informed when we're killing Jaren?
Yeah. So the Jaren stuff we will figure out. Right now, none of you guys have learned of his whereabouts, but there will be rumors coming soon, later in this year. So, yeah.
Sorry, Karen, I love you so much. You will fall by my hand.
I will remind you too. Jaren was a he was a Lancelot type knight before the sword, and I will warn you, the sword buffs was that even more. So this is
I'm aware.
yeah,
I'm very aware.
this was a series of things that shouldn't have happened, all mixing together in the worst possible way. So
Aranwe has been pushing boulders up hills all their life. You think this is going to stop them? No, not at all. That boulder's going right back up there.
Things. I have been an idiot. That is the whole. Do you know how many situations I've been in, Bob? You've DM'd me for all of them. And I keep leaving them to myself.
It's true. Okay, so why don't we do some quick outros and then we can close her down at 10:30. We'll aim, next week I won't have to do all. Well, I shouldn't say I don't have to do all the advanced setup. If Gary's going to join us, I will probably ask you all to come like 10 minutes early, and we'll see if we can get Gary set up early. I'll be there 10 minutes, like actually on time this time too. I was late, so. But let's go ahead and do some outros. We'll start with our guest, Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan, being played by Thomas, who is playing Aranwe. I had a great time being back. Aranwe didn't. But I had a great time playing with you guys for Aranwe's super bad, terrible, no good, very bad day. And I'm excited to be back next week and to see Gary.
Awesome. Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. Lots of fun things like there, such as memes and shit posting, as well as messages on whenever we go live, as well as new projects that each of us are doing as we go forward. I have been Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, and I will have a new project to announce very soon. I just have to iron out a few details. So if you're here next week, you may just hear about it. That's me.
Awesome. And Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I played Sir Dallin of Durnford once again today. She's getting up there, but she's putting in the work, isn't she? I thank you all for joining us. I know we've been off for a while, and it's nice to see such a wonderful turnout. And I look forward to seeing you all guys next Sunday as well. So, bye-bye.
Very good, very good. All right.
Very good.
So if you're watching for the first time and you're either on Twitch or YouTube, please let us know who you are. We'd like to know our community. We'd like to know who's watching. Leave a comment or add us and let us know. Join the Discord, as Mark said. Love to have you. We run a couple of games here in the same shared universe, and that's where these cross sections get really interesting. We've got a group up in Escavalon, a group in Summerlin, a group in Salisbury. So you can join us Fridays and Tuesday nights for Escavalon and Summerlin respectively, and we play Salisbury on Sunday, or occasionally, I guess, Wessex or other places. We'll find out. And if you're interested in what's going on with King Lot in the north, you might get a little bit of a view of it in the upcoming weeks with Morgan's upcoming wedding. We shall see. But thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Huzzah! Bye-bye!